If you're out on the road, feeling lonely and so cold, all you have to do.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Emily.
So nice to meet
It's
you.
good to meet you.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi. This is my daughter, Grace.
Hi, I'm Grace.
Nice to meet you,
I can
Grace.
introduce myself. I'm 15 years old.
You know.
It's good to meet you. I'm Emily.
I hope you don't mind. I brought my own notebook today, too.
Oh, sure.
I have some
She
notes.
loves notes.
I do. It's true.
Perfect.
Okay, so we're going to get started because I need to tell you what's going on with Grace.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Yeah. Tell me about what's going on.
I've just been really worried about her.
Mhm.
I feel like lately she's been avoiding a lot of social situations, things at school and her social life.
Okay.
Like just last week, she got invited to her best friend's birthday party. She didn't go, and when I asked her why, all she would say was, there's a lot of people, it's co-ed, it's at a big warehouse. And, you know, when I was in high school, I had so much fun going to those things, and
Mhm.
I just want my Grace I just want her to have the same fun that I had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's really good information. I appreciate you sharing that with me, Karen. I want to hear from Grace for a second. So, Grace, can you tell me just like a little bit in your own words about what you've been experiencing?
I just like get really like nervous in certain situations and like events and things. Like
Yeah.
I just don't really like when there's like a lot of people. Like there's big crowds of people, and I just don't really like feeling like I'm trapped by there being a lot of people around, and like I can't really get out very easily or even like see the door. It just makes me really nervous, and I would rather just not go if I can.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. So I'm kind of hearing that being in situations with more people is kind of making you uncomfortable.
Yeah, Gracie, tell her what happened at school.
Well, so we have these big like pep rally assemblies,
Uh-huh.
and usually at the end of the day, and everybody gets out of class and everybody goes straight into the gym, and everybody's there, like faculty, all the students, like there's the bands playing and cheerleaders, and there's like dances and activities, and just like it's like loud music, and everybody's in there, and I just like really don't like them. They just make me really nervous. And so a couple of times I've tried to, when everybody's walking in, just kind of go into the bathroom and just kind of be quiet and like wait in there and kind of just hide out until it's over.
Yeah.
But a teacher's like caught me like once or twice hiding and trying to skip it, so I got in trouble.
Yeah, I see. Yeah. Could you tell me just like a little bit more about how exactly like you're feeling during those times when you want to like run out and hide in the bathroom during the assemblies?
Yeah, I just like my chest starts to tighten. Like I just feel like there's like a really big knot in my chest, and I can't really breathe very well. I just like can't catch my breath.
Yeah.
And I also feel like really faint and lightheaded, and then that all makes me more nervous, and so it's awful.
Yeah, and I can imagine that could be really hard for you. Could either of you guys, like, if you think back, pinpoint maybe when this behavior began for Grace?
I can't really remember.
It's been going on for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's getting progressively worse. And honestly, I don't know when or where it started, but I'm just really hoping you can figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we can work to get to the bottom of this. Yeah, so I hear that it's been kind of going on and affecting you for a little bit now. I'm wondering, is this happening in any other situations in your life?
Yes. So normally we like her to take the school bus because I have meetings very early in the morning.
Yeah.
But if she wakes up in a bad mood, she has to have me drive her to school. And I've been late to so many meetings. And I have a very rigorous job, and it just can't keep happening. We've got to figure it out.
So, Grace, it sounds like maybe you like when your mom drives you to school more so than taking the bus.
Yeah, I like it better.
Can you tell me just like why you don't like taking the bus to school? What's going on there?
Well, my group of friends like really like sitting at the back of the bus.
Mhm.
They just think it's more fun and they can just be louder and I don't know, like get away with things. It's just like the cooler part of the bus. And so like I want to sit with them. Of course I'm going to sit with them. They're my friends. Like I have nobody else to sit with and I don't want to sit by myself.
Yeah.
But I would prefer to sit kind of towards the front of the bus because I just like hate that there's so many people in between me and like the front door and like getting out of the bus and especially like when when the bus stops and we're at school and like everybody gets up, like it takes me a really long time to get out
Yeah.
because there's like just like a wall of people that are just like in between me and like the door in the front. So I prefer to sit at the front, but all my friends are at the back, so it's just like I really don't like riding the bus. It makes me nervous.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it sounds like sitting in the back of the bus and just riding the bus overall is really distressing for you. So I'm wondering, how do you feel when attending some of these parties that Karen mentioned, your mom mentioned a little bit earlier?
I don't really like them.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many people and like I'm just like, will I know everyone?
Yeah.
Will I know?
Sure.
What's it going to be like? What if I don't like it? What if I want to leave?
Yeah.
There's just like a lot that goes through my head.
Yeah, it sounds like that, yeah. So can you tell me more about what it's like for you to be around people you don't know?
It's not really that I don't know them. It's more just like that there's so many and
Yeah.
I don't want to get lost in a big group. It makes me get like those nervous feelings and I don't like feeling like I can't get out or like I'm in the middle and there's so many people around me that like you couldn't even see me in the group. It's just, I just don't like really being in big groups like that.
Yeah, it sounds like the big group, they make you uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. So I remember seeing earlier on your medical form that you have epilepsy. Grace, can you tell me just a little bit more about what that's like?
I was diagnosed when I was 7.
Mm-hmm.
I had a seizure and then I had another one within the year. So I was diagnosed and I've had about 3 since then.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been a while. She
Yeah.
hasn't had one in a long time. I would
Uh-huh.
say maybe 5 years tops.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I also see, I think it says here that it says you're taking medication for it.
Mm-hmm.
You said you hadn't had one in a while, so I'm curious, how's the medication working for you?
It's fine, I guess.
Uh-huh. I can imagine that the seizures can be really scary, especially for somebody like yourself who's really young.
Yeah, they can be really scary. Like,
Yeah.
especially when I feel them coming on.
Mm. Yeah. Can you share just about a time when that happened?
Tell her about the time on the playground.
Yeah, I remember it happened to me. So, when I was in like the 4th grade, I was with my friends and pretty much like the whole grade actually was playing soccer in the back of our big playground. And kind of just like in the middle of the game, I just kind of started feeling it coming on, and then I guess it just happened, and it was like pretty scary.
Yeah, I bet. And so it sounds like you had a few friends around you when that happened.
And all these friends, they called her Shaky Gracie. That was her nickname, Shaky Gracie.
Yeah.
Once isn't enough. You to like
She
repeat
needs to
it.
know. She's a therapist. She needs to know.
Yeah. I mean, I can imagine how that nickname could be really hurtful for you, and maybe it's contributing to some of the things that are bothering you today.
Yeah, I mean, the nickname made me sad at the time and like a little embarrassed too. But mostly it was just that it was like this big group of us playing, and the teachers were on the other side of the field, and I was just like nervous that like in the big group of us, like all playing, like when it happened, that they weren't going to be able to see me, or like my friends and my teachers like wouldn't be able to see me or see that it was happening, and then it would like take them a while to get to me, and then like what would happen, like what if they couldn't, and what if they didn't see me, what if they couldn't get to me, what would happen then? And it was just like really, I just don't like it.
Deep breaths. You haven't had one in such a long time.
Okay, but that doesn't mean that they can't happen again, and that they won't happen again. So,
you haven't had one in such a long time.
Yeah, Grace, it sounds like that was really, really overwhelming for you.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm kind of hearing that maybe in those crowds that you're scared that you might not be able to access or get to that help that you need in that situation in some of those like bigger spaces when you're in around a lot of people. So I'm wondering, would you say that those things that you were feeling when you were on the playground that day are kind of similar to like what you're feeling today during maybe the school assemblies or riding the bus or going to your friend's birthday party?
The parties. I really wanted to go to these parties.
Yeah.
she really wants me to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's pretty similar to how I felt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess, they're pretty much like all just like that nervous, like feeling.
Yeah. And that's really helpful for me. I feel like I have a good understanding of kind of what maybe is going on. So I want to thank you guys for sharing today. It's been really helpful. If possible, I'd like to see Grace just on her own next week.
Absolutely.
We can look at our calendars and see like maybe when a good time for her to come in would be.
Of course.
And so Grace, I'm thinking next week what might be helpful is you and I can talk about something called exposure therapy. I think that might be really helpful for you, and we can chat about that when you're here next week. I'm also thinking that we can practice some techniques together, some mindfulness techniques, because I think those will really help you manage like your shortness of breath, your anxiety, kind of that racing heart that you were telling me about before. And I think we're in a really good spot, and we can work together to kind of manage this. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I think that sounds good.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, we'll get something set up for Grace and I for next week.
Sounds great.
Awesome. Thank you guys.
Yeah. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Sure.
I think that went well.
Floated all over the place. I went through 2 boxes of Kleenex. I started hyperventilating, and I had to breathe into a paper bag.
Do you believe him?
Believe who?
Logan? You believe he loves you?
I don't know. I guess I can figure that out next week in therapy.
What?
After my little meltdown, Dr. Shapiro thinks I should come see him once a week for the next 2 months.
You're kidding.
There are no jokes in the mental health field, only hand puppets, ink blots, and inflatable anger bats.
I'm so sorry. You're a nut.
Well, that's okay. I'm sure Dr. Shapiro has a nice padded room for me.